What's up, you guys? My name is Jacob, and welcome to my thoughts on the Battlefield 1 gameplay video, Battlefield Squads. I just finished watching it, and I wanted to make this short little video real quick while it's still fresh in my mind about things that I loved, the things that blew my mind about it, and the things that I thought could use some tweaking. There wasn't really anything I saw that I didn't like. There wasn't at really any point that I was like, I'm not big about that, except, I don't know, I thought it was interesting the choices of players they had. They brought a lot of celebrities in, which made sense. I mean, they wanted to attract a lot of attention, which, you know, was cool. It's cool that it was really more of a media show than anything. I mean, even though it was a game convention, it was like a show. But forget that part. Let me just get right to what I liked. Okay, so here's the first thing that I thought. Holy crap, those graphics, though. I know that people were complaining about the stream quality. I mean, you lose a lot of fidelity through streams, but like, one thing everyone can agree on is that Star Wars Battlefront, for the lack of gameplay, was a beautiful game. This is the same engine, and holy wow, that game looks gorgeous. It looks so real. I mean, you can tell it's a game, but I mean, oh my goodness, the lighting is perfect. The terrain looks great. It was super detailed. The animations were fluid. I thought it was really awesome, the dynamic weather system they have, where, because they had that in Battlefield 4, where the weather would change, but it was at like certain points in the game you knew it was coming. But with this one, it's all randomized. You don't know when it could start raining or become foggy, and you could start like that, or you could start on a sunny day, and then halfway through the game it starts raining, or it couldn't. I mean, you don't know. It's randomized, and I think that's really cool, and it's going to add a lot of replayability to the game and the maps. Like, I think the maps are going to start feeling a lot less stale because of the dynamic weather and lighting. And, like, clouds will roll in, and all of a sudden you'll be fighting in darkness. I thought that was really awesome. The weapons were really cool. I was digging the weapon design. They looked and sounded fantastic. I like the handling. People were complaining about, oh, it's just another Battlefield game. This one feels really unique because, one, you have the melee system, which we got to see, and it was cool because when you're sprinting, all of a sudden now you have an option to do a bayonet charge, and you have like a few seconds of charge time, and then if you connect with somebody, you like stab them, and it's so visceral, and I love it. But that was super cool. The melee combat, it's not as deep as people were expecting. It's not like chivalry levels of deep, but it is still a nice addition versus just Battlefield 4's random knifeness, where you just go behind someone and assassinate them. This was a lot cooler. I think it added brought more to the table. Environments, the destructibility was insane. I don't know how to compare it to Battlefield Bad Company 2 because I haven't played much of Bad Company 2. I jumped on the ship. I played lots of Battlefield 2 and 3, and I played some of Bad Company, but I didn't play a lot of it just because, I mean, I liked it. It was a lot of fun. But the environment, like, pretty much everything was destructible. You could level entire towns. It was insane. Tanks would blow up, and planes would fall out of the sky, and the ground would become, like, littered with trenches. Not with trenches. The trenches were there, for sure. Lots of trench warfare, which was not boring. No, trench warfare is not boring. It's super exciting. But, like, the ground would become, like, pockmarked with explosions. The behemoths were super cool to see. I liked those. The only ones we saw were airships. I don't know if those are the only behemoths in the game, but they were super exciting to see in action. Like, just seeing one, like, roll in from the distance and start to rain down destruction on the ground below. That was super awesome. What I really loved was the fact when you blew up an airship and it fell to the ground, the wreckage of the airship stayed there. And it's totally random where it falls. I mean, you can pilot the airship. You can get in and drive the airship. It's not like it's on rails or anything just flying on the sky. You can get in and fly it. And wherever it is when it gets destroyed, it plummets to the ground right there and it stays there. So it could fall on top of a town and just level it. It could fall in the country and make a giant crater. I mean, it's totally random, and I think that's really cool. Is one of the things they're really stressing is they're trying to make every battlefield different. And from what I saw, I mean, they played 3 games that I saw, and every game, while they only played one map and it felt similar, every battle was different. It was like the evolution of the Levolution mechanic, that sounds funny, from Battlefield 4. Because Battlefield 4's Levolution kind of got stale after a while. Like, you knew it would happen. It was still awesome to see the skyscraper fall, the battleship or the destroyer crash on the beach, but after a while it kind of became like, oh yeah, that happened, cool, we knew that was going to happen. This one feels similar in that you know what's going to happen, but it can happen in so many different ways, and that's really cool. Something else that I really thought was cool, that I've actually been wanting in a game for a while, is when you jump into a vehicle, there are now proper animations from first person of you getting in the vehicle, which I think is super cool because in previous games, you would just run up to a tank, hit E, and all of a sudden you're inside the tank. Now, you hit E, your character climbs up the side of the tank, opens the hatch, jumps in and closes the hatch, and now you're in the tank. It's just the little things like that I really love, that it's not like game-changing by any means, but you can just see the attention to detail they're putting in. Like, the only games that have done that so far that I'm aware of, or I've really played, are like Arma, kind of, and like Star Citizen, and those are like still in development and not that fluid. These are super fluid. You just jump right in and you feel like you're getting in the tank, and it just adds an extra sense of realism. I'm trying to think of any last points. Man, there was just so much to remember, and Now, say what you will about the announcer's cheesy commentary. I mean, you could tell people were having fun, and that it's just going to be a really fun game. The dogfighting was nice. We only got to see a little bit of airplane gameplay, but just calling it back, bringing it back to like analog dogfights and no more like lock-on missiles and stuff. That's really nice. I do appreciate how, while I didn't mind it in Battlefront, I do like how vehicles are no longer you pick up a power-up and you spawn in them. From what I saw, all the tanks were on the ground. You could just jump in; they spawned in. I never saw someone jumping in an airplane, but there was no like floating pickups that you had to pick up. You had to go find and hunt down to get an airplane. So it looks like we're back to it's staying true to the Battlefield formula. You just jump in the vehicle. That was nice. The airship does appear, but it doesn't like appear out of nowhere. I don't know. I think it's a preset thing, at least from the footage that I saw. Which, keep in mind, this game is in pre-alpha right now, so all of this is still subject to change. But right now, it looks like when one team gets when one team is like really far behind, then they get to call in their airship, which will like you'll see coming in from the distance, and then it'll get like right above the battlefield. Like you'll see it off in the distance, you're like, oh, is that an airship? And it'll like be like right there, like, oh gosh, airship! And you can be like in the gondolas of the airship and fire down machine guns and jump out and parachute to the ground. It was just really cool. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Man, it's gonna be awesome. I think they said the beta is happening in late summer. Definitely have that on my calendar. It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. As far as things that I weren't huge about, the biggest thing was the tanks felt a little underpowered, actually. It wasn't that hard for like a group of 3 or 4 guys with tank grenades to take out a tank. It wasn't really that difficult at all. While the tank still had great firepower, it could pretty much level whatever they wanted. They could crash 2 entire buildings if they wanted to. They didn't feel very tough. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I don't really know. But I feel like if they buffed the tank's health a little bit, that'd be kind of nice. And it was really the only thing that I didn't mind. I felt like hipfire was a little too accurate, especially on semi-auto rifles. There was a lot of hipfire going on from the video I saw, but again, a lot of it was close quarters. The SMGs was super inaccurate, which I liked. Because, I mean, these were like first generation SMGs, the first SMGs the world had seen, as far as I know. So, like, and they're not accurate at all. Like, you're not gonna hit anything beyond like 10 yards. Like, well, I don't know about that. I don't know how the measuring works in the game, but I mean, anything from a distance, you're not gonna hit. So, I liked that. The weapon balancing felt nice. Sniper rifles, sniping. I liked how all the guns now have bullet drop, which people were a little afraid about, but I liked it. It's not a Arma level insane of realism, but it is a nice touch that they added. Geez, what else? I wouldn't change that much else, actually. I think you can definitely tell it's in pre-alpha. A lot of the, there was some texture popping, and some of the animations weren't quite ready, quite done. One time a plane crashed and just disappeared, but these are things that can be fixed well before release, so I'm not really worried. The core design felt fine. Oh yeah, the vehicles. As far as like multi-crew vehicles, that was done really well. Like one driver and a couple gunners, that felt really cool. Man, I'm just super pumped for this game. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited to get my hands on this. I cannot wait. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Man, I just can't wait to get my hands on this game. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this game. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my few thoughts on the gameplay. Let me know what you guys think should be changed or shouldn't be changed. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.